All right. Happy Monday, everyone. Every time I say that, I think of that one clip from that one movie or one show. This is, man, what an awful way to start a freaking reference with the video. But where the guy's like, has anyone ever asked you or told you bad case of the Mondays or got a case of the Mondays? And then the guy's like, well, no, man. I reckon it's someone to get their ass beat if they're saying something like that. It's like the guy who plays Rex Kwando in Napoleon Dynamite. It's just what I think of every time I say that Monday thing out loud. But happy Monday nonetheless. It was a pretty solid day. Cardio went great. 45 minutes on the bike plus abs. Ate some chicken and a sweet potato because I had a bunch of leftover chicken from like my parents' house and my dinner with my girlfriend. So I just decided to not have to make ground beef at like 10 o'clock last night and brought that leftover chicken instead. Chicken. The nether. Sorry, it's like every time I slightly freaking like trigger this Jack Black Steve quote, it like they just start freaking it's a good day though. Fed the cat. She just went poop. There you have it. I'm gonna make some more ground beef for the week now. Pop some sweet potatoes into the air fryer. I do have a couple of dishes I gotta do though first. Ooh, Ophelia's chasing some. Ophelia's my cat, by the way. I saw her chasing something. Probably her shadow, because she's a little tweaker sometimes. But aren't all cats? That's kind of why you love them so much. They definitely are all on the autism spectrum. And that's what makes them so awesome and cool. But how do you get into cosplay when you're young or you're broke? Or you've never done it before. Or if you were like me when I was 14 years old, you're all three of those things. How do you do it? Well, first things first, you pick a character that you want to be. That's the most important. The first cosplay technically I ever did was Spider-Man, specifically the Civil War Tom Holland Spider-Man, when that movie had first come out in 2016. That was 2016, right? Sorry, I still have this cough. That was 2016, right? If that was 2016, dude, 2016 was actually like freaking God year. But yeah, Civil War Spider-Man, and yeah, I don't know. It was, yeah, not my first like real, I would say, kind of like accurate cosplay was Nathan Drake from Uncharted 4. Shout out to Uncharted, probably like tied with Infamous for my all-time favorite game series. Surprisingly not Resident Evil, although that is up there. I didn't grow up playing Resident Evil. That was something that I got into like more into my adult life. So Uncharted, that was when freaking 9-10-year-old me was playing, and oh my gosh. I loved Indiana Jones too. Indiana Jones was like one of the first movies I ever saw when I was in like freaking kindergarten. So naturally I was drawn to this like the kind of adventure and all that kind of stuff. Uncharted was freaking epic though. But getting in cosplay, pick your character, and then tip number 2, stick to that character. When I got into cosplay, I felt like I was picking like a new character each week that I wanted to do, and it pretty much resulted in me accomplishing nothing and cosplaying 0 of them, because I would buy like a piece from this and then a piece from that, and then I would work on a prop or something for this and then a prop for that, and it just spaced out into this like mess of nothing. So that would also be my advice. Pick the character and then stick to that freaking character. Make sure it's one that you're going to be happy with working on for, you know, probably more than a couple of days, couple weeks, couple months, dude. It could even be like a year if you're going to do some crazy like foam build or something like that. But find your character, stick to that character, and then after I just named the second thing. Third, don't let money be an issue. And I don't mean to say that like from a total asshole point of view. I mean, like, coming from someone who did not have money when they got into this, make stuff. Use your old clothes. You can pick a character, like maybe it's not a character that you're necessarily super relate with right away, but maybe it's a character that you just naturally kind of look like, or that you have a wardrobe for. That's kind of how it worked out with me and like Leon. I liked Resident Evil and stuff, but I never really considered cosplaying him until I think my girlfriend mentioned like the hair or something like that, and I was like, oh yeah, man, you know, and it kind of developed from there. Pick a character, stick to the character, don't let money be an issue. Well, I mean, okay, like if you're gonna go for some elaborate kind of thing, well, no, don't go for some elaborate kind of thing. That's tip number 3.5. Don't go for some like crazy, elaborate sort of thing. Be realistic with yourself. Have that as like a goal for maybe after you kind of get your toes wet with craft making and that kind of stuff. But don't pick like, yeah, I'm gonna make my own Spartan Halo armor out of EVA foam, and I've never painted or done anything like that before in my life. It's like, let's pump the brakes, brother. You might wanna chillax. Maybe like a regular ODST soldier would be up your alley. Or I don't know. I was a PlayStation person, as I mentioned with Uncharted. I was not an Xbox kid growing up, so. But yes, honestly, and then the last kind of tip I would say is to just frickin' do it. Start doing it. I've mentioned this like a ton of times now in my videos, but analysis paralysis, it's real. It will prevent you from doing the things that you want to do, and it's all in your frickin' head. If you think something is going to be weird or you're not sure how to approach something, trudge on through it. You will figure all of those questions out as you're doing it. You will not find that stuff out by Googling it or thinking about it, no matter, like, people don't become good cosplayers or good anything, good bodybuilder, good writer, anything, because they thought about it really hard, because they planned every little perfect thing. They weren't like, okay, I'm now going to spend 3 hours thinking about how all the possible ways I could become the perfect author. Or you could just start writing for 2 hours a day. Who do you think is going to be better? Who's going to be a better author at the end of that journey? The guy who starts writing, or the guy who spends the same amount of time thinking about how he can start writing? So just do it. Just start. Please, I'm begging you, just start doing the cosplay. Honestly, this advice, I'm not talking about cosplay. I'm talking about life. Just start doing the thing. Start doing parkour. Start reading that big-ass book on your shelf. Because you're not getting any younger. Time's not going any slower. It's not pausing. It's not going any faster. Time is just going to keep going, man. So you might as well do the thing that you want to do or have been thinking about doing instead of just thinking about it. And yeah, that's pretty much, that's kind of it. I'll make more videos, like especially as I kind of showcase more of the Sandevistan stuff, like more technical cosplay tips, like for weathering and painting and the foam stuff all that I've learned this last few weeks. I mean, count these freaking sweet potatoes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15. Okay. But generally, I think these tips will take you from step 0 to at least like step 2 or 3. Pick a character, stick to the character, don't let money be an issue. What was the step point 5? Oh, don't pick something too elaborate. And finally, tip number 4, just start. Just start. Cosplay is fun. I don't even remember how. I think it was Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man 1, and like that kind of whole awesome movie, honestly. I have always liked that movie. It was like my freaking life-changing seeing that as a 13-year-old in the movie theater. But I think that montage where he's like making his suit and all that kind of stuff, and like I feel like the boom of YouTube cosplay kind of happened in like 2013. Like that's when it like broke out onto YouTube, and that I was just hooked from then on. It was always Spider-Man at first, and then it kind of broke out from there. But yeah, that's like my kind of advice, I would say. Really, just for anything. Whatever you guys want to do, stop thinking about it. That's a good analogy. I can't remember where I heard that. I feel like it was probably in a Sam Sulek video. He has a lot of good epigrams and stuff like that. Who do you think is gonna be more experienced or have more progress at the end of the day? The guy who goes to the gym and lifts, the guy who thinks about how we can just get the perfect lift all the time, or like the riding example I mentioned earlier. So get out there, don't let your life freaking pass you by, because that would stink. But I'm proud of you guys nonetheless. I got a couple of comments now asking about when the Lego videos are going to come back, because that's what I started doing on this channel. My old channel name, as pretty much everyone probably knows at this point, was Lego Wall Crawler. And I changed just because, like, that's, I don't know, it wasn't, I wanted something that was more recognizable and just like me. Like Lego and Wall Crawler are things that I'm into, but it's not, they belong to other people. I wanted something that was me, so that was the reason behind the name change. But Lego videos, I don't know, maybe when Lego stops sucking? Maybe when they stop making bonehead decisions? Not to be like super randomly salty all of a sudden, sorry. But no, like the whole smart brick thing, garbage, and I feel like all of their, like the new sets and stuff have just been out of stock. I don't know if it's scalping or just, excuse me, like weird stocking things, but I don't know. There's been a bad taste in my mouth. And also, like, I don't want to just keep spending money on stuff that's going to sit on my shelf. I love Lego, but like I would rather spend money on stuff that I'm like making, like the cosplay, like craft stuff, or I don't know. I just like, I like Lego still. It's just not my, I feel like I'm in a more active kind of stage of my life where I don't really want to just be buying, like I'm not like in a collecting really phase. Even like with minifigures, like I was like collecting all of the OG Lego Batman minifigures from 06 to 08, and I kind of just gave up because I don't know, or not gave up. I just started like fizzled out. I'm sure when I'm, you know, super rich and just have money to throw away and burn, knock on wood, hopefully someday, that I will finish the Lego Batman collection. But like, dude, as a grown-ass man who has bills to pay and stuff, I'm not really trying to spend $180 on a freaking piece of plastic that's going to sit on my desk and that's it. So that is my answer to you guys asking about the Lego stuff. It's okay to have other hobbies, which I guess kind of sounds defensive. I don't mean it like that. I'm just into other stuff. I still have all my Legos. I still love looking at them and admiring them and stuff. But it's just not, I don't know. Didn't really feel like it was, I make videos and stuff that I want to see, and that wasn't something that I wanted to see or do. So yeah. There you freaking have it. And there's all these like, if any of you guys have tried the other building block things out there, let me know what you guys think. There's one like called Lumi Bricks. That's pretty popular right now. I've been seeing a lot of ads and stuff for them. I had a couple of Mega Bloks sets growing up. But they never like stuck together super well. I'm sure they've like probably figured that crap out by now. That was, gosh, like 15 years ago at this point. But I'm so sorry for the coughing, dude. It's like, I don't even know what kind of BS head cold I have right now. I thought my immune system was better than this, so I apologize, guys. ground schmeef is coming along excellently. I like to cook the ground beef in like a big ring, and then all of the juices and fat and stuff just drains out and burns off in the middle on the pan. And you just make sure you're getting a nice lean, no extra fatty stuff and additives when you're eating your meat. Let me see if I can transport the Sandevistan over here actually for you guys. I'm pretty proud of how it's coming out. I did some dry brushing. The paint, oh, that actually reminds me. I need to hit this with some gloss varnish before it gets too dark. Okay. Can I transport this safely? Some of it, at least. Okay. See if I can, like, try to kind of see it. I'm not going to move anymore, though, because it's basically going to get... I went in with some white paint and just kind of dry brushed everything to make it look like a sort of like worn stainless steel, just old, super used kind of look. So yeah, but I gotta hit it with some frickin' varnish to make it look like super metallic and high shine. But I also just am now remembering that I decided in my mind that I wanted to attach everything first before I did that. Because I kind of think, and this is just a theory, but I also think it's a pretty damn smart theory, not to toot my own horn. But if I feel like if I spray the varnish on after all of the pieces are attached, I feel like that'll help it stick more. Like I feel like it's like a last sort of layer of like glue and stickiness that I can add to everything. I'm still kind of unsure how I want to like assemble it all on the elastic that it goes on, and I'm kind of nervous about it, and I feel like I need to take my own advice and just do it and stop having analysis paralysis about it, because it's kind of just been sitting in this weird... Oh, actually I do have to cut out a couple of pieces. There are some pieces. I looked at a freeze frame from the Edgerunners anime, and there is a couple of pieces that I need to add, so I will be doing that as well. But the Sandy is coming along great. For those of you who would like me to make some more Lego videos, I have a couple of old ideas still written down, but drop some like Lego ideas in the comments. What kind of Lego content would you like to see? I focus on Lego history and the explanation of Lego themes or just Lego oddities and all that kind of stuff. I don't do like product hauls, and I'm not nothing like that. I'm not an influencer. I'm also realistically living on like a 9-to-5 paycheck and all that kind of stuff in California. So yeah, you won't be catching me buying a bunch of Legos or anything like that. But let me know what kind of stuff you want to see. I'd be happy to, you know, switch it up and stuff and make a long form Lego video. That was a plan that I had, but Lego kind of just is sucking right now, so. The ground beef is done. I'm gonna add 6 ounces of it to, oh man. I forgot about the frickin' dishes in my lunchbox. Ugh. It's like the equivalent to having dishes on the stove that you didn't see. Frickin' stupid lunchbox dishes, gosh darn it. It's getting kind of foggy outside. It's getting kind of Silent Hill 2-y outside. It's weird, it was like kind of sunny in the start of the day and then just kept declining. I actually still have to play Silent Hill 2, dude. That is a game I have not... yeah, straight up, I have not played yet. Okay. I'm gonna lock in for these dishes, spend some time with my cat, get ready for back and shoulders in a couple of, probably like an hour and a half now. Perhaps make a TikTok, a cyberpunk TikTok for an idea that I have. I think that'll be it. Have an awesome Monday. I hope you guys killed it today. I hope you wake up on the right side of the bed tomorrow. And not that you didn't today. I'm just saying I hope that's always the case for you because you guys rock. Keep killing it. Keep doing your thing. Get out there, do your cosplay, do whatever the heck you guys want to do as long as you're doing it. And I'll see you later.